word on my lips.
Did you say gold?
It's like golden apples with silver frames. They can't rebut the stuff. You're just correcting the record, and you're doing it on the electronic forum. You're doing it entirely in peace, with international recognition in peace, proving a private entity separate from all others on the international level. No one else can assert that right, even with that copyright. And I remind you people, I have that copyright. Yeah, directly from the post office, postal terms.
Copyright to what?
Same one Facebook and Twitter uses and tries to use against you. Yeah, let them try to use it against me now.
Copyright of what, Chief?
To be able to use a social platform against people and restrict their creator content through that kind of copyright, saying, well, it has to go through us first. The fuck it does. You open the site as a social site, not as a publisher.
Right.
The only publishing rights they have is to their policy. And we can adopt that policy, ratify it by line item veto through the things we don't override and give it back. Offer accepted and improved. If they dishonor that by rejecting it, it proves their initial offer was in dishonor.
Well, their website name is definitely trademarked. I found that out.
Mark Zuckerberg looked like all bug-eyed. Wait till he gets my hands on his balls. Yeah.
What balls?
Exactly. I'm going to reach him all the way up. And I'm going to be his puppeteer from now on.
Right.
See, this is all simple stuff. And this isn't even what I was going to do tonight, but like I said, I came across it last night while doing research on Brian's show.
Cool. Well, do you have a simplified format to jump into this and get going? You got step-by-step instructions, or
Well, I posted all the videos that I've done so far. I started out with a Facebook Live doing reconciling the master trust account, and then I turned around and started doing the Zooms. So I've got one Facebook Live video and then 6 Zooms, plus the one here tonight is number 7. And the first parts I've all posted on YouTube, so they're all in order right now.
You have this all backed up, all of it, including the Facebook videos?
Yep. Everything's on my own external drive.
Nobody can shoot you down this time?
Nope.
Okay, good. Phase 2 if you need it.
Well, that's why, but see, that's why I said, I've got the same copyright Zuckerberg does. So when he wants to sit there and play tit for tat, he gets to restrict mine. Well, I get to restrict yours then. Let's take this private, because you're going to shut your mouth until we get this ordered out. And I said that correctly, ordered out. I'm the commander here. You still got somebody else's hand up your puppet ass. Implicating some kind of legal policy. Don't even know where the word of truth comes from. You ignorant fuck. Excuse my language. But anyway, there's links to that, the CEO, and then that Myray trademark report. Check those out and do your own research and figure some things out. And this is what it's all about. And like I said, it's just paperwork that they're professing on a public record that's all false. Corrected at the electronic level, at the upper level.
How did you come about that realization, Keith?
Huh?
How did you come about those realizations?
When I was researching all the paper bonds, they're switching over, and that's why we have the ECFR and the EUS code, electronic codes and everything. and everything's switching to electronics because nobody's using typewriters anymore. They've gone by the wayside, just like 8-track tapes and the tape drives, and even the hard CD discs that we used to start out with when we first had computers that used discs. They were hard discs, and then they became 3-inch discs, and then they became CDs, and then they became CD-ROMs and CD-RAMs, and then they became cards, and then they became mini cards, and it's just everything's just moving so fast, but it's all electronic.
Let me ask you something. Are the courts accepting electronic?
You can shove it right down their throat.
Electronic.
The key is the definition in postal terms, to press numbered keys or other identifiers. Now put that in its chronological sense, people, because it's mathematical. First in time, first in line. So if we think about to press numbered keys first, and then correlate with that with their own law under 19 CFR, the Customs Code, which means it's custom. I mean, it's common, right?
What do you mean numbered keys as opposed to letters?
Yes, other identifiers. They don't call them numbers or lettered keys. They call them other identifiers. You're the one using those letters to identify. Quit it. Use the number. Listen, 19 CFR 149.3 tells us that buyers, sellers, and shippers can all three use a number in lieu of the name and address, which consists of the other identifiers.
19 CFR 143.
In lieu of the name and address. Here's the number.
Keys. 19 CFR part 143.
149.
49.3. Okay.
And it's that simple, folks. That's why I established on my site, I've got a new name. I established a private membership association under that new name, adopting the old name in full, Keith Orland Little, and then attaching the faith-based union. Now it is with the faith-based union of others. And now mark as well with a new number.
What is your number?
It's the one on my site. It's my own number that I created. It's the Epoch number.
Which site?
Time security note, telling the world to take notice. This is what securitizes me. Everything below that number, you see the mark and the name and the PMA and the video and the patent in my own language and then in English.
I forget the name of your site, Keith. What is it again?
WordWiseWarriors.art.
WERWURD or WORD? WO.
Get it into you before this closes.
WordWise.
I'm putting it in the chat.
Okay.
Get it now. It's good, about ready to close. All right. Love y'all. Thank you for joining me.
Peace, Keith.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
You bet. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Okay, so does anyone have any comments about any of the information? Anyone have any experience with the Postal One account or any of the information? That they would like to share?
Well, I'll share my little debacles. I was in the process of trying to open up a post office box at the post office. And, it seems easy enough, right? 2 IDs, get a key, get a box, and be on your way. But the documents that they're asking for are things like a mortgage, a lease, car registration, insurance policies, of course, the government picture IDs, like your passport or driver's license.
Mhm.
And what occurred to me about them asking for those things that, once upon a time we might have taken that lightly, is that all those things can be monetized or securitized, turned into instruments that are making money behind the scenes in perpetuity, but not going in your pocket, of course.
Right.
So I was strongly opposed to that. And of course, I had a lovely conversation with the folks behind the desk. And I said, okay, well, let me just pause for a second and I'm gonna reapproach the situation. And then I also went to several different mail centers throughout Los Angeles, and there's many, there's like maybe two every mile radius.
Mhm.
And the majority of them, and I would imagine so, because they're also part of US, they have the property of the post office, they still have to abide by that same policy. And um I went to one where the girls looked like they were having a party up in there. And they were still asserting, oh, sure, you can use your credit card or a utility bill. And I think that's how it used to be. But, the post office documents really clearly state, like, no, we don't want to see your utility bill. We don't want to see your credit card or whatever else that we don't have a document behind. So I don't know if they're behind, they don't know what they're doing. And then interestingly, they were also astronomically priced. They were actually almost double what the post office is.
Oh, wow.
So so yeah, that kind of, put me in a little bit of a lurch. And so today I actually decided to pursue, you know, what is credible information to present. And customer service was actually very, very nice. I was actually surprised it didn't take long to get to them. Looks like they're beefing up their customer service because, you do a survey after a call now. And then after you do the survey, they take your comments behind it. But my thing is look, if I present something, what I don't want anybody doing is making a copy of it or documenting any numbers off of my material. So they said they shouldn't be doing that. They should only, you know, verify that it's you and that you have it, and they shouldn't be taking your documents. So I haven't explored that part yet. I actually just got through that part of the conversation just before this call started. So I'll explore that. But that's my current mini dilemma is you know not being financially raped and pillaged again through my private documents. um I mean, I imagine another remedy would be to go behind them and still maybe do a W-4, blah blah blah, but we shouldn't have to do that.
Right.
That's not lawful at all. So that's my story.
Yeah, I like your point about the silver coin held in escrow.
Yeah, I mean, the
That-
fact that we can have the post office hold a silver coin in escrow, um, why not have that paying for our services? I mean,
You ask them
what's the,
about that, or what does the process look to get that done?
that's a good question.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I mean, and I actually think I heard that in one of Keith's videos
Okay.
initially, and they said that you can hold it in a little brown envelope. They can hold it for you, and then I believe you can still hold it yourself. I personally want to hold on to all my goods in
Yeah,
my own possession.
right.
So that's what I'll be shooting for is look, you can verify that I have it, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll explore that, and I'll talk about it later.
Yeah, I'll put the
But
picture of mine on that, just like a Word document. Um,
that's a
forget
good.
what it was, like a, like the Schedule A to go with your trust.
Ah, good idea. Good
Yeah,
idea.
I was going that route. Yeah, I have my Postal One account. I would like these postal money order negotiable instruments to work somewhere. I'm still testing. I'm about to test 2 dealerships for new vehicle purchases just to see what their responses are going to be. I have one purchase order for a vehicle, and I'm going to get another one hopefully today from 2 different locations. So I will definitely have something to report back on that. Um, and I got to get back with Wells Fargo on the bank, setting up the trust account with them. I think I have a few more questions I needed to ask. So a little more research, but I think I'm getting close to that. I just want to get get all this stuff organized so we can start getting our remedy and relief.
Yeah. So you found that Wells Fargo has the best direct link with the post office?
Well, I just say that because the Postal One account is off of Wells Fargo. And they
Mm-hmm.
have a mobile app called CEO where you can make mobile deposits to upload to your account.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was cool. I don't know exactly what all that means. Sammy had a question. Did you get your answer? I see Barbara, you answered Sammy. I think LT also answered. Because I don't know anything about the Form 1527. What is that?
I didn't either, but because their phone numbers were fresh on my plate, I put those in there. And they seem immediately responsive. Sammy, do you want to tell us what the 1527 is?
Can you speak? No.
Kind of funny about the Form 1527 because that's the form to, I guess, in other words, have general delivery established.
Okay.
And when going to the post office to request to speak to my post, or not mine, but the postmaster, he's never around. And they said that they've never used the form since 2010, that it was, what is it? What's a better term for it's no longer in use? It's been, anyways, you get the gist. And it's been quite a hassle to obtain that form. And then I had a friend of mine who's gotten into this. His name is Chris, and he joined like a few days ago to the We the People built it. And he went over there and requested to speak to the postmaster. He said he's not around, but then after kind of hassling them a little bit, he was around and he spoke to the postmaster, and he said that he's going to have to put an order in after beating around the bush for a few minutes and avoiding just the whole topic altogether of that Form 1527. He was able to get him to order it. So hopefully we'll see some success in that. But yeah, it's really important to do that process rather than the change of address form, because it doesn't completely take you out of it until you do the 1527.
Oh, wow. Okay. Do y'all have any research you could put in the channel on Telegram about that? Because I haven't gone down that rabbit hole yet, but that's very interesting. I know I had a document to like an affidavit type thing to change the address, but yeah, I definitely want to get all that in place too. So if you have any any resources on that, that would be great in the Telegram chat.
Yeah, so whenever he does receive those forms, I told him to order like a plentiful, generous amount. My friend will pick them up, and hopefully we'll have some, and I can mail them out if anybody else has trouble obtaining that. It's pink. I'll send a picture in the group chat of what
Oh,
it looks like, because there's
oh,
another group chat that I'm part of, and that's also been a topic of discussion.
oh, cool, cool, cool. Thank you. Thank you for that information.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, hi everyone.
Hello.
I just got on,
Yes.
but are you
Welcome. We got
Are you
8 minutes
speaking of
left.
the change of address?
Yes.
Okay. I can share with you my experience on that change of address
Oh, that'd be cool.
to the post office. I was doing the paper change of address for almost a month. I even went and spoke to the postmaster and everything. And I was assured that everything was going to be taken care of. I gave him the paper, the form, no action. And then one of the guys said, you need to just go ahead and pay $1.99 and change your address online. And when I did that,
Okay.
it was all good afterwards.
Oh, good.
So yeah,
Good information.
do it online and pay $1.99, and it's gonna happen.
That's almost sound like a rap. Thank you. That's awesome.
Great commercial. Great
All
commercial.
right. Thanks for
Yeah,
jumping
thank
in
you
at the
for
right
that.
time. Sorry, go ahead. That's cool. Well, that answers that. We don't need 1527. Yeah, that's what Keith is teaching, taking over through the electronic system. So I think that's critical that we learn everything about that so we can get positioned where we need to be at the top of this thing. So I'm ready for my port. Everything has to come through my port, my nation
Mhm.
and my port. I'm all for
Well,
Yeah, I
it seems
changed.
that like, I'm sorry, it seems that like the more that I continue learning and observing this information, in the beginning, we're like all overthinking everything. We're putting too much detail and attention in areas where there's actually a shorter way to get there. But it's awesome that we have this group and we can learn and feed each other all this knowledge that we are able to find the different avenues that we can take that doesn't take a long distance to get from point A to point B.
Mhm.
absolutely.
Mhm. So that said, are people getting their firm books? Or are they getting pushback?
I need to get that too. My little small town post office said they don't have none. I gotta go to the city. So,
My mind said, oh, we don't kind of like your experience with that gentleman you were just dealing with. I got sort of the same thing. Like, what are you talking about? We don't do that. We don't get firm books.
I
I'm
went
like,
to I went
Mhm.
to change my address online,
Mhm.
and they're still bringing illegal mail to my address where I lay my head
Mm.
from the sheriffs and the clerk. I just got another notice today, so I have 20 days to submit the money. So anyhow, I don't know. I think they haven't gotten the notice.
do a
And
postal money order with the private administrative process through the notary presentment. Think that'll help?
oh, okay.
That's what-
Yeah, I already sent my first package then. Okay,
yeah,
I'll do that. Thank you.
that's what I would say.
I like that. What else can we do that with? Pretty much anything,
I
huh?
think anything and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And the money order, you put your social security number, your postmaster, your your postal number, zip code, and your EIN, your trust EIN, correct?
It's the 3 9s. I have a copy up here. The 3 9s. So at the top right, what's making you postmaster is your zip code and the four-digit extension. And at the bottom, your routing number is either your social
Yes.
or your estate EIN. I was trying it with the estate EIN. And then the account, the treasury account, is your passport number. And it could be regular US citizen's passport number. I wanted to test the that number, the private number on the back of the social security card, but I haven't gotten there yet. So I don't want to touch that
Okay.
just yet. So, but yeah, that's what Patrick Devine taught on his videos. And Modi Cotton on her video. And she has the example and it's in the chat. That's what I use to create mine. I love the way it looks. And on my parchment paper, my ivory parchment paper, it looks beautiful. So And I tested it with two postmasters. Well, I don't know if that postmaster, the second one was a postmaster. And I spooked the mess out of him. He looked at that paper. He was like, I'm not taking this. He was like, I've been working here since 1980 and I'm not taking this. I'm not losing my job. I said, you have just confirmed you are nothing but on the public side, sir, and
Mm-hmm.
compartmentalized.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'll come back and see you when I become post-marshal. Then you'll have to listen to my command. Yeah, it's not over. But yeah, it's interesting.
Mhm.
All right.
That postal money order is like a whole sheet, right?
Yeah,
Because
it's
I
a
was
whole-
thinking, oh, we should be able to fit 3 on one, but that's not how they're designed.
It has the codes, it has everything. The whole sheet is filled with good stuff. And the back is the endorsement and it has a bunch of good stuff back there too. Yeah, it's one whole sheet though. But yeah, it's gotta work somewhere. I'm not stopping until I figure it out, I tell you that. I'll figure it out.
Well, I think we probably need to get higher ups involved at this point,
Mhm.
you know,
I think I gotta get
because the desk people don't know. They don't have those directives.
right.
Yeah, and I asked for a stamp, and she said, "Well, are you gonna put it on a piece of paper?" I was like, "What?"
That's what that lady asked me for the 3-cent stamp. So what are you gonna use it for? I was like, huh? I made her say it again. I said, what? She said, what are you gonna use it for? I said,
Nanya,
what I need it for.
Nanya.
Exactly. None of your business.
Yeah, exactly.
every time I go into my post office, they look at me crazy because they know what I'm doing. They've been looking at me, their eyes, they take their eyes off of all the customers and they're just watching what I'm doing. Whether it be grabbing I grab the card, the green cards, signature cards or the certified cards or whatever I'm doing, they got their eyes on me. So funny.
Yeah. They ask questions all the time, and my kids go in there too, and they're like, "You're not gonna put anything on there, right? You're not gonna put it on the piece of paper, right? What?" And my daughter, I'll be in the car, and they know when we drive up.
Mhm. All right, guys, less than 1 minute. Thank y'all for stopping by. I'm gonna do a Rumble channel. I'm gonna try to, since we're doing Zoom now, I want to be able to save this on Rumble and maybe YouTube. So I'm gonna try to create those things for us as well. So we'll have these great references.
Awesome.
Thank y'all for joining today. We'll get Keith here eventually, so just send love and light to him for his healing because it's on its way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Thank you. Can I just ask before you go quickly, the forms that we're talking about, can they be uploaded so that I can download them